Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to my review of tonight's Smackdown show. Tonight's edition of Smackdown. And I thought tonight's Smackdown show was very piss poor. Was not that good. I gotta say that Raw was better than tonight's Smackdown. Because, look at Raw last night. You had Undertaker there, making an appearance, announcing that he's going to be in the Rumble. Shawn Michaels there. It was great to see Shawn Michaels there, promoting his new movie coming out. But, I have to say that Raw, but like I said, Raw, I gotta say, was much better than tonight's SmackDown. Even the matches that were on tonight's SmackDown weren't that good, weren't that great. But the show opened up with the Ambrose Asylum. Dean Ambrose coming out. He announces that he will be participating in the Royal Rumble match. He has his Ambrose Asylum. What was really funny is that he had a alligator head on the stool, which he named Maurice, which I found very funny. And his guest was, of course, The Miz. Miz comes out, announces that he will be participating in the Rumble match. And, he's there. He bitches about last week when Ambrose won the title from him. And, he wanted Ambrose to give him back the title. And, Ambrose doesn't play that game. And so he gives Miz a participation award, which said, you tried on it, you tried to, pin him and, for Miz to still retain the title, but, he didn't. And then led to Miz beating the hell out of Ambrose. Miz was setting up for Maurice to slap Ambrose, but it backfired with, Maurice slapping Miz, and it led to Ambrose giving the Miz dirty deeds. And this was probably the only entertaining thing about tonight, the Ambrose Asylum. It was an entertaining segment. But, so this segment was very entertaining. Then after that, we see Nikki walking backstage on her way to the ring to face Natalya in a match, but she ends up getting attacked by Natalya there. And when we came back from commercial, when SmackDown came back from commercial, it was going to be Nikki Bella versus Natalya. The match didn't get started. Was never started because both of them were brawling. Like I said, match really never, got started. It was just Nikki and Natalya going at it, brawling all over. It was a crazy women's fight that I haven't seen in a very long time. Maybe, of course, probably just going to be setting up a match for Nikki and Natalya at the Royal Rumble. You had Natalya locking in the sharpshooter on Nikki outside the ring, and that eventually led to that being over. The crowd was chanting, let him fight, let him fight. But the refs were out there trying to break them up. And then after that, it was Kalisto versus Dolph Ziggler. Of course, they were gonna make this match because, if you remember last week on SmackDown, Dolph turned heel by super kicking Kalisto, and of course attacking Apollo Crews in the locker room. But this match was meh. Did not care for it. Very not that good of a match. Kalisto got the win with the roll up. And then after the match, you just had Dolph beating up Kalisto out of frustration for losing the match. Try to get some heat from the crowd. Takes a chair and just slams it at Kalisto. Apollo Crews comes out, starts to take out Dolph, but Dolph retaliates, takes out Crews with the chair too, so suffers the same fate as Kalisto. but it was not that good of a match. Then after that, you had American Alpha backstage getting interviewed about how they're going into the match against the Wyatt family tonight, and how they're gonna beat them again and still walk out with the tag team titles. So, and Renee Young, after the American Alpha backstage interview, we see Renee Young interviewing John Cena about him going into his match against Corbin tonight, which was the main event. Then after that, it was American Alpha versus the Wyatt family. Pretty long match. It was very slow. You had American Alpha win the match, retain the SmackDown tag team titles. After the match, Harper and Orton was going at it because Harper cost Orton the win, and cost them their shot at hopefully winning back the tag team titles. Just Harper, Bray was trying to keep Orton from attacking Harper, before it gets out of hand, and then just Harper kicking Bray. But looks like now that probably Orton is going to maybe have a match with Luke Harper. Maybe that's going to happen after what we saw tonight. So, but all in all, it was not that good of a match. American Alpha and the Wyatts. It just ran too long. It was slow. So, and then after that, it was we saw Becky Lynch and Daniel Bryan. They were watching the match from last week. It was Becky versus La Luchadora. One of the La Luchadoras was Alexa. We still don't know who the other one was in the the whole get up. Alexa comes in, starts talking about Becky and who that La Luchadora was. Trying to keep it hidden. And Daniel Bryan makes a match for next week on SmackDown. And it's going to be Becky and Alexa for the women's title. And it's going to be defended inside a steel cage. And that's going to be really awesome. That's going to be probably the best match of the night next week. So definitely looking forward to that. And then after that was Carmella versus some jobber. Really putting Carmella with the jobber this week. James Ellsworth was there at ringside, outside. He had Ellsworth interfering against the jobber, in order for Carmella to get the win. And Carmella got the win with the code of silence on the jobber. It was just a throwaway match. The crowd, you even heard the crowd chanting, let's go jobber. I'm like, what? You're chanting for a jobber? a jobber who is not working with WWE? I'm like, oh my god. The crowd chanting for the jobber. Really? And then when SmackDown came back from commercial, saw Carmella and James Ellsworth backstage, Carmella told Ellsworth that next week they're going on a shopping spree. I'm like, okay, did that really need to be announced? Nobody cares that you're going on a shopping spree with James Ellsworth. So nobody even cares. And it was the main event. Next was the main event, which was John Cena versus Baron Corbin. Another match that wasn't great. Ran too long. You just had, at the beginning of the match, just Baron Corbin just decimated Cena because, Cena hasn't been in the match for a while. Had a little, you can see that Cena had a little ring rust there from not being in matches for quite a while. And then you had AJ Styles at ringside on well, not at ringside, on commentary. I'm sorry. AJ Styles was on commentary watching the match. And then at the end, John Cena got the win with the attitude adjustment on Baron Corbin. You know, he did you know what he always does. You know, you can't see me. 5-knuckle shuffle. Baron gets up. Cena gets him in the attitude adjustment. Pinfall, wins. And then after the match, Cena has a stare down with AJ Styles, and AJ was standing on the announce table, holding up the title. So, but yeah, so that ends the show right there. Just really was a piss poor show tonight, in my opinion. I thought Raw was a whole lot better than tonight's SmackDown, and I know probably hopefully next week that SmackDown is going to be a much better show. You know, with Becky and Alexa in the steel cage for the women's title. So that's going to be pretty awesome, I hope. So, but yeah. So anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's edition of SmackDown. Thank you all for watching. And until next video, which will probably be my review of Lucha Underground. So that should be probably coming up tomorrow, or maybe sometime in the week. So yeah, so until that video, I'll see you all later. Bye.